Hi there, it's Jennifer Trask and welcome to this video on 3 takeaways from Product Launch Live 2016 with Jeff Walker. So I just returned home from this live event, and first let me say it was absolutely fabulous. I had an amazing time. I met incredible people at every corner of the room. All weekend long. It was a 3-day event, and it was just fantastic. So if you're ever thinking of going, make sure you do go. I was thinking about the things that I wanted to share with you, and to be honest, there was a lot of takeaways. However, if I put them all to a video, we'd be here for hours. So I thought about what are 3 really good ones that I can share with you, specifically to our coaches and healers that are sort of more specific to you. So there were 3 that I thought were really important, and without further ado, let's go with it. So the first one is about specificity. Specificity. Be specific is what I'm trying to say. So this is really, really important to coaches and healers because it's so easy to be generic in your marketing. So let me give you an example. Oftentimes, you want to say like, I can help you be healthier and happier and have more freedom and more this and more that. But the thing is that while those things are wonderful, they're not specific. Whereas, let's just say that you are a health coach. So let's say that you were like, I can make you happier and feel lighter and have better relationships because, you work on your health. Well, you might want to get a little bit more specific with that when it comes to your offers and specifically your products. So you want to get down to what is something going to do for someone. So something that is more specific is, lose 10 pounds in 3 months or something like that. So it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty of a promise that you're going to make. And this is really important because it's going to capture those who really want that specific outcome, whatever it is that you're looking for. Now, if you're thinking, but if I go too specific, then I'm missing a whole bunch of the market. But here's what I want to tell you. If you go too broad, not enough people are going to pay attention. So it actually makes more sense to go for something more specific because, as we know, when you do ideal client work, the more you can speak directly to your ideal client and their problems, their worries and concerns, and their desires, the more that they're going to hear you, right? Because they're like, oh, are you talking to me? Yes, I am talking to you, you say. Okay, so that's the first one, is be specific in your offerings. The next one is a really good one, and I find that a lot of coaches don't do this, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I believe that this is one of the top things that hold most coaches back. So for a lot of the weekend, we were hearing Jeff saying, 99% is hard, 100% is easy. So I'm going to give you an example, and then we're going to talk about how to use it in business. So an example is if you say, I want to cut back on my sugar. So is it easy to cut out sugar or cut back on sugar? So a simple example, let's say you're at a party, you've been doing good all week. You say, oh, it's Friday. Someone offers you a cookie and you say, sure, I'll have 1 cookie. Now, how many of us know what's about to happen? Right? How many times do you really eat 1 cookie? So it's much easier to just create a bright line and say, no thanks, and move on your merry way. So in that case, 100% is easy, 99% is hard. In business, I feel like this is the same thing. So what's the difference between 99% in business versus 100%? So let's just say, now this is for you, whether you are full-time in your business or you're part-time growing it, because you can still work part-time, but be in a full-time mentality. So don't let this, don't feel like because you have a job or you're taking care of a child or whatever, that you can't be 100% in at part-time hours. You can. What I'm talking about is commitment to its nth degree. So it's about, if you decide to put out a blog post every week, you put that blog post out every week. If you want to be active on Facebook every day, you be active on Facebook every day. If you want to consistently learn more so you can get better, which means you'll get better results, then you need to be consistently learning more and sticking to what you say you're going to do. This is all about follow through. 100% is about follow through and making a decision to go all in. On a recent webinar that I did, I kind of explained it as, you know, when you're talking to an ideal client on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are they? So let's just say that you are, you're at a pool in a park. So if you're 7 or lower on the commitment scale of making change, then you're outside the park. You're holding on to the what is it called? The fence. You're holding on to the fence, looking in at people in the pool. Okay. If you're an 8, you're in the shallow end. You're dipping your toe into the water, and you're kind of wet. If you're a 9, you're in the deep end. You're swimming around, you're in the deep end. But if you're a 10, you're up on that high board and you're doing twirls off into the deep end. You're all in. And I really feel like this is something that each of us internalize differently, but you know what I'm talking about, because you know that time where it was easier to stay in bed, or you thought, I'll just miss 1 week, it's no big deal. Right? But it's harder. It's harder because you want what you want, but you can't. It's too difficult to be half-assing something like building a business. It's way harder to half-ass it. It's so much easier to go all in. So this is that conversation that we were having on the weekend, and I think that's a powerful, powerful conversation. So the third thing. So we've got, be more specific in your actual, like in your call to actions and in your headlines, and also in your like product names and things like that. Be more specific, not too general. The second is 99% is hard, 100% is easy. And the third is the power of community and support. So I've talked about this a lot over the years, but you know, it really hones in when you go to live events, which, by the way, if you get a chance to go to any live event that's in relation to what you do or helping you grow your business, you should go. But this is so important, because when you go to live events like this, you're reminded, you're in the zone, you're in with your people, with your tribe, right? And then you're not the lone ranger. Like, so often we're home, we're behind our computers, and nobody really understands what we're doing. Your family's like, what's all this Facebook stuff, and what are you doing a webinar for? And you know, it's very easy to feel alone, and therefore feel disconnected, and therefore not feel 100% in all the time. And this is why it's so important to go to live events, become a part of, join a mastermind, get a coach, buy products and do them, and invest your time in the community, and be friends with other entrepreneurs. All of these things, because it's really easy to get discouraged and go back to 99% when you're always by yourself. Or conversely, when you're not learning new things. Like, you need to be constantly learning, implementing. So this is not a just go learn for a couple of years. No, you learn, implement. But what I find is the more that you're learning, the more entrenched you are in something, then the easier it is to be 100%. So you have to build that community. You have to be in the community. You've got to find a space that feels good to you, and you need to be in there. And you need to be active. and share what's happening with you, because I guarantee if it's happening to you, it is totally happening to someone else. Like, without a doubt. And what's great about that is that you can talk about it and you can help each other. I have a community that I want to invite you into, the Live Your Awesomeness community for coaches and healers. And if you're watching this anywhere other than my blog, go to the blog post on this and put in your name and email and come into our community on Facebook. It's a really great mastermind specifically for coaches and healers to help grow their businesses. So that's a community that you can be a part of, and it's completely free, which is great. But I also want to encourage you that if there is something, if there's kind of a course you've been wanting to do, or join a mastermind, or you want to go to a live event, go. Don't stop. You've been thinking about hiring a coach, hire them. Because the more you invest in yourself, both in your time and your money and your energy, the better results you're going to get, because 99% is hard and 100% is easy. So that's a wrap up of 3 big takeaways from the weekend at PLF Live 2016. If you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it in social media. And I would love to know in the comments below which of the 3 most resonated with you that you are going to move forward with. Or maybe it just helped take a concept from your head to your heart, or whatever. Put it in the comments below. And don't forget, if you want to join an amazing community of coaches and healers, you can do so with our Live Your Awesomeness community below this video on the blog. So thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.